Hello, everyone. It's Charlton, and I just wanted to make a follow up new video about the missing IU University student Mollie Tibbetts in Brooklyn, Iowa. You know, they continue to search. The FBI is involved in the search. They've been involved for at least a couple days now. And there's several new developments. And obviously, as time goes by, it becomes more and more worrisome, and the authorities even say, this is looking more and more like an abduction. But just a couple of things that they have ruled out. And the boyfriend is even, he's even mentioned it in interviews that, people thinking he was maybe behind it, but they have ruled him out as a suspect because his alibi checks out. So, according to several reports, him and Mollie's brother, who was actually the last person to see her, I believe he dropped her off at the house where she was dog sitting. I guess that's the 5:30 time. I'm not absolutely sure to that, but I think it is. He dropped her off, you know, Monday evening, I believe, or no, that would be Wednesday. Wednesday evening, excuse me. The boyfriend saw Mollie, the boyfriend saw her was on Monday. So, and she's been missing since Thursday morning is when she was reported missing, when she didn't show up for work. But again, not to belabor the point, but the brother who dropped her off, her brother, and the boyfriend has been ruled out as a suspect. It says on the day of Tibbetts' disappearance, her older brother dropped her off at her boyfriend's house, where she was watching the dogs alone. At some point, she went for a jog, and they believe, that she did make her way back to the house before going missing, but we don't know that for sure because she sent the boyfriend a Snapchat at about 10 p.m. that same night, Wednesday evening, that he saw. And he said the picture looked like she was indoors, so they believe maybe that she was back in the house. But I think Snapchat texts and pictures, they delete themselves. They disappear after a short period of time, so I don't think they could see that. They might be able to get that through Snapchat, and through search warrants and so forth. And the boyfriend said he didn't remember exactly what the caption was. It was just the normal caption that she would send with a picture to him, probably saying goodnight, maybe. But and it says her boyfriend was over 100 miles away working a construction job. Sheriff Tom Kreigel told ABC News that he and Tibbetts' family have been helpful and cooperative. The brothers are not suspects, Kreigel said. As for the boyfriend, he added, we have confirmed he is not a suspect. So when he says the brothers, I guess she has more than one brother. I'm not real sure, or that might just be an error in plural. Not anyways. We've gone from family members are staying hopeful. Tibbetts will safely return home. So the latest headlines is that they've searched a hog farm in I don't even know if I can pronounce the Guernsey, Iowa, which isn't far from where she went missing in Brooklyn, Iowa. I believe she's grown up there since she was in fourth grade. She was originally from Oakland, California, I think. But it's a very small town of like 1,400 people with cornfields and so forth, But for some reason, they searched a hog farm in Guernsey, Iowa, that is about 15 minutes away southeast of it. Okay. Now, there's a couple different reports, and it said that didn't yield any results. I don't know why they ended up there. In this report here, which is a little bit, it's hard to go by when these things were, printed, and that doesn't necessarily the dates and times of them, but that's what I'm sort of going by here. But it says an Iowa DCA agent confirmed Thursday that investigators searched a hog farm near Guernsey, among several other places. The search yielded no results. Guernsey is about 15 minutes from Brooklyn. So, and that's from yesterday, 5:20 p.m., 7:26. This article, however, does say that it searched two hog farms and actually spoke to two different farmers. And this is from yesterday as well, around 9:30 7:26, but it says it was updated as of 5 a.m. this morning, 7:27. So again, I don't know if those times really mean a whole lot in terms of, what is the most current data or what. It's tough to know for sure. But in any event, it does say authorities searched 2 hog farms Thursday in Guernsey. That's about 15 minutes southeast of Brooklyn. The DCA said they originally checked them out in the morning and interviewed 2 farmers, but nothing came of it. Then, just before 5 p.m., authorities went back to one of them with a canine unit. While they haven't said if that search has yielded results, the DCI told TV9, as long as they get tips, they're not stopping until they find Tibbetts. So that, just in my own mind, I just don't know if that second going back to this, where it says. Then, just before 5 p.m., authorities went back to one of them with a canine unit. I don't know what the results of that is, basically. And they spoke to 2 different farmers. Why they ended up there that was another question myself, though. I've always had is why, and they apparently are. Why aren't they using dogs in the search? I've had that kind of question from the very beginning. But I might be very, very naive in how these things are conducted. We go a lot of times based on what we see on television and the movies, and you see dogs pick up a scent, they take a piece of clothing from somebody and use that to track them. But again, I'm no investigator, and so I wouldn't know. Those are the major things that, I know actually one other thing is in the same article. It talks about the Fitbit data, and that they're pouring through her social media, like the Snapchat. I wonder if they're able to get that photo, even though it's sort of on auto delete, and the whole platform is just based on that way. But one of the things is the Fitbit data, and what this person, who seems to be Doug Jacobs, an electrical computer engineer professional at Iowa State University, was saying is that it won't tell you where she is now, but it will tell her history, and so it will tell everywhere. And she supposedly wore it all the time. It will tell where she ran for her jogs, where she frequently went, in different places where she. She was a creature of habit, supposedly, as well. It says that here. So they'll know her history and where she might have been abducted. And so they're also looking at asking for surveillance footage of local convenience stores and things like that. Anything in the surrounding area. Anything that might pick up her image, that just might indicate a direction, or where she might have been abducted if she was abducted. So investigators will be able to get into all of her social media, and this Fitbit is sort of a social media. This Doug Jacobs explained. Jacobs said Fitbit data will not tell investigators where Tibbetts is now, but it might detail where she's been in the past. Sounds like she's a person of habit, so they'll be able to have a really good view of over time what runs and what paths she's taken. I'd say that is really good information. That would be really useful. According to Jacobs, investigators can also search Tibbetts' Facebook data to determine when she last logged into her account. By getting all of these social media things, they might be able to track down some of this activity up until it happened, All right, so that's the update for now. Everyone's pulling for her, hoping she comes home safe, and I think keeping the story alive is a big help too. Maybe anyone who can tweet, not necessarily this article, but retweet. I've seen them on Twitter, and just retweet it to keep it going. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.